We're talking about spending and saving and New Year's resolutions. Maybe it's time to get financially fit. That might mean changing your bank. John Holt, President and CEO of Nutmeg State Financial Credit Union, is here.
Yeah, he's here to give us some reasons to consider doing your banking with him and his team in the new year. Nice to see you. Hi, John.
Nice to see you.
First of all, I love my security. Every time I go onto the website, I just can't get in. They have to send me a code to my phone, which I think is just another added layer of security, which some XYZ bank, my other bank, you know, it doesn't have. So that's part of the reasons why I love that, you know, Nutmeg.
Yeah, I mean, you know, nowadays with all of the things that are going on, we have to make sure we have the added protection for when you're getting into your account. So we do that multi-layered authentication. So we can just make sure it's you. We put some different things up there, images and words, just so that you can verify that it's you.
I like my image, too.
Okay, good.
Everyone loves emojis. So the thing about it is, if you, maybe you know that you want to make a change, but it just seems like, oh my God, that is the biggest pain. I'm going to change the bank. Not so.
Yeah, really, I mean, that's the thing. Like, people have all these electronic payments coming out, and oh my God, it's a hassle. And then sometimes they're paying like $10, $15 a month, and you're like, well, wait a minute, our accounts are free. There's no fees, there's no minimum balances. So I think it's harder than actually people think it is. And, you know, you can do most of this electronically. We have a switch kit that's electronic in nature, so you can really easily make the change. We assist, of course, with it if there's a need. So, it's not difficult at all. People think it is, but it's just not.
Right, and we check our quotes and we check things for, we should be checking into making sure we're, you know, we're safe and we're secure with a bank, but we're also possibly earning some money with some interest rates and things like that.
Yeah, I mean, like, we have a checking account. I'm always amazed when I talk to people and they're like, I'm paying, you know, $10, $15 a month, but I've been with that bank for so long. And I'm like, okay. And then we pay people to use the checking account at Nutmeg, so I'm like, well, I'm like, so, you know, it's, I think and again, we're all busy, we have a lot to do, so it's really not difficult, and with the technology we have, we make it so easy.
What about ATMs? A lot of times people pick a bigger bank because they just want to know, oh, that ATM is all around and I'm not going to have to worry about fees, but you guys help with that too?
Yeah, so with our checking account, when you meet some of the qualifications for it, we reimburse you for ATM fees that you might incur at like another bank. If you need to withdraw money, we'll reimburse you back any of the surcharge fees. So that's pretty popular because most people really don't feel the need to pay to get their money out of their financial institution. So that's been pretty popular with our checking account. There's no fees, and then we reimburse you for the fees on the ATM.
I can't do it, John. I can't take the picture of the check and have it go into
my... Oh my gosh, I couldn't live without that. I love it.
Really?
Do it. I'm just old school.
Oh, it's so easy. You just hold it.
But then I'm left with the check.
You
and I'm like, what do I do with the check?
You make sure it's really in the bank the next day. They ask you to hang on to it for a couple of days just to make sure everything clears okay, but then you still have the check. You don't throw it away.
You know, what's interesting about ours is that as soon as you make that deposit, we give you an alert to your
so you know
email.
It's in there,
So you know it's in there. And like, for instance, when I use it, I just tear it up immediately as soon as because you see it in there right away, because our deposits with the remote deposit capture, it's real time. So it goes in instantly and you get an alert instantly, so you don't have to hold on to the check.
So you and I are going to sit down. And
training session.
We're going to do a little training session. But convenience, if I want to go in and see a person, you've got branches all over the place, especially in the supermarkets. I love that. Talk to us about that.
Yeah, so we have a branch in the Cromwell Walmart, in Stratford ShopRite, and the Orange ShopRite. And of course, I think hopefully everyone knows that we just opened a new branch inside in North Haven, and we have a new DMV Express in there. So if you need to renew your license,
remarkable,
change your address on your license or your name, you go in there. We have little to no waits. We have some technology that speeds up the DMV process, and of course we have a new bank branch there in North Haven.
That's really, that makes everything faster. But you know, back to the depositing the check, I know that people used to be afraid to put the check in the ATM machine. They're like, no, I got to give it to a person. And then you got used to that.
Now I've graduated to putting cash in the ATM machine.
Okay, good.
So now it's like if your phone can take a picture and there's all this security, I mean, then it just makes people's life easier if you don't have to run out all the time.
Yeah, I think, you know, there's, again, we're about trying to save time for people, save the money, make the money, and that's what we do. And, you know, we're even doing something I just want to mention, you know, with the government shutdown here. We have a furlough assistance loan that we're offering right now. We're waiving any payments for 45 days. Any of those workers that are affected can borrow up to $10,000, and we're waiving any of the deposit fees for any of those people affected, that are struggling to pay some of their bills.
That's good
So
to know.
we wanted to put that out there in addition to what we've been talking about today.
Thank you, Mr. Holt. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
For more information about Nutmeg State Financial Credit Union and the services it offers, head to nutmegstatefcu.org.